Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I, Melanie, and my friend Sean
Hello.
watch every single effing episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Tonight we are talking about Season 2, Episode 15, Phases.
Having to do with werewolves.
Yes. Wolfman.
Yeah.
Wolf woman.
Yeah.
Wolf people.
And wolf. Wow.
Wolves?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And wolves are related to dogs.
Let's talk about dogs.
I love dogs.
Me too.
I did not have a dog growing up at all.
Really?
So I got my first dog on my 30th birthday.
Did you have cats or other pets?
Once I moved in with my husband, we got cats, but
As children? As family? No?
my sister was allergic to everything.
Oh.
So
Fish?
I had a goldfish, yes. I definitely had several goldfish over the years. No
No.
gerbils, no.
Wow.
It was fish and that's it. So yeah, I got my first dog morning of my 30th birthday. I woke up and she was a tiny little puppy, I think 9 weeks old, sitting on my chest. I never told you this?
Hey, you might have.
Okay. Yeah, Abby,
Oh my gosh.
my little Boston Terrier.
And she's still here.
She is. She's going to be 16 in about a month.
She's the sweetest.
She is the sweetest. But yeah, she was my first dog.
Oh.
And after
Things escalated quickly after
well, yeah.
that.
But after having one, it's like, how did we never have a dog?
And then it's like Pringles.
You get one, you can't stop.
Yeah.
I have, as you know, I have 3 right now.
Yes.
I have a beagle who is she just turned 12.
She's also very sweet.
She is. And then as of about a month ago, I have another Boston Terrier piglet. It was about 21 months.
Abby, Chloe, and Piglet.
Yeah, it's a dog household.
They're so cute.
And I love it.
I know.
I couldn't imagine not having a dog ever again.
We always had dogs when I was growing up. There were always dogs around. I think they had a cat at some point too, but definitely mostly dogs. And then when I was in college, I had a cat. But when I moved down here, my first husband and I got a dog, Jojo.
Oh.
He was a very sweet rescue, little mutt. He was the sweetest, most laid-back dog I've ever known. Oh my gosh. I heard him bark once. And that was when he met Max, who is our Chihuahua mix that my current husband got when we were dating. And Max taught Jojo how to bark. But yes, definitely love dogs. My husband is infatuated with all things dogs.
Yes.
It's my husband's dream for us to move and buy some place with a big piece of land where he can have a pack of dogs.
A pack.
He just wants to go to the rescue and say which dogs have been here the longest and then just rescue them all.
Oh,
I know.
that's sweet.
Yeah, I know.
He's a good guy.
He's got his moments.
What do you enjoy the most about having a dog?
They are just self-conscious and unadulterated happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't care what anybody thinks. They're just in the now.
Mm-hmm.
Loving life in the now.
Yeah. You're in?
I wish we could be like that.
Yeah. Every time Melanie comes over, every single time she walks through the door, my Boston Terrier, Abby, is all over her. She's so happy.
I usually have to go wake her up first.
Well, yeah.
But then
older now.
But then she's
Yes.
very perky.
Yes.
She's very excited, which is good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And tonight was the first night that we introduced Max, my Chihuahua, to their new Boston Terrier piglet, to his cousin.
And it went well.
It went pretty well. Max is older as well, and Piglet is a lot of energy. And Max was like, what the heck? I am not used to this level of energy in this house. So, yeah, it's good. I'm glad they get along.
Do you have a favorite dog from over the years?
Well, I'm biased to my Jojo, because he was my dog,
Right.
you know? We had a Cocker Spaniel when I was in high school that I really loved, Freckles. He was very sweet, too.
Aw.
Yeah, he was like that's what he looked like. He had those copper spots all over him, you know? We had a poodle when I was really little. I don't remember her too much. We had a big mutt that it was Joe. I don't remember him too much either. But yeah, Freckles was the dog when I was growing up that I loved a lot. And yeah, I love them all. They're all great.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we've talked now about what's our next dog gonna be. Drew had said he wanted to get, he wants a small dog, a medium dog, and a large dog.
Okay.
And he wanted to name them SML, Slicky, Mickey, and Licky.
Oh, I like it. Oh, that's cool.
But when you rescue dogs, they come with a name, so
Yeah.
we got Max. But I was hoping our next dog is going to be something bigger, like I keep saying a black lab.
I can see you guys with a lab.
Well, because Max, as much as I love him and he loves us and he's great with us, he has a little bit of a jerky side to him because he's got that small dog complex,
Yeah.
So he's not good with kids, and sometimes he's not good with if he's being overprotective of us. So I'd love to get a dog that's just always friendly to everyone and everything. That would be nice. So I think labs are good. Golden retrievers I love, but they're just too hairy.
Yeah, I couldn't.
No. So yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we went to go see my mom's friend in New Jersey, and she had, I think, 3 Goldens. And I just kept waking up with dog hair in my mouth. It's just, I like them. They're
so
beautiful.
sweet.
They're sweet, but just not for me.
Yeah, they're just such happy, smiley dogs. But yeah, so I think labs, their coat's a little shorter. Although I've heard they do give off a lot of hair. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's one of the things I do love about Boston Terriers.
Yeah,
They don't shed. And so far, Piglet, I've been walking around the neighborhood, and there's a lot of people with dogs in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And every single one, she walks
She's
up,
good.
she sniffs, she plays a little, not one bit of aggression.
Oh, that's good.
Which is good.
That's good. I did just buy one of those brooms that supposedly rakes up the pet hair from your
from the rug?
rugs.
Okay.
Yeah, because we noticed our living room rug is getting covered in Max hair.
Let me know how it works.
I will. It's another one of those things I see all over our TikTok.
You didn't get it from TikTok Shop.
I didn't buy it from
did you?
TikTok
Okay,
Shop.
good.
I've now made one TikTok Shop purchase, and I wasn't happy with it, so I'll just buy from Amazon.
And your identity has been stolen 7 times since then.
Oh, probably. I have been getting weird emails.
The unusual thing about Melanie's dogs, they all love napping with me. Jojo loved it.
And they not
Max,
with me.
yeah.
Not with my husband. Just
love
with
it.
Sean.
Yeah.
I know. Max is not cuddly with us, especially anymore. He used to be more so with us, but yeah, even when he still comes over with you.
Yeah.
Although he did snap at you.
That one, about a month ago.
A month ago when you came over. I think it's because he's getting old. So he can't see. His eyesight's not that good. His hearing's not that good. So that's why we brought him over here too. Kind of more neutral territory instead of having Piglet come over to our house.
Yeah.
I figured it would be better to do that. Yeah. And they did good.
We will post pictures of our dogs on our social media.
Yeah.
Do you want to send us pictures of your dogs?
Yes, I would love to see all your dogs. Does anybody have dogs that are named after Buffy characters?
I don't know if I ever told you this.
What?
It wasn't dogs, because, Abby was my first dog, but our first cat that my husband and I got...
His name's Xander.
No. They were girls.
Oh.
Willow.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good pet name.
Mm-hmm.
Spike is a good dog name.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of dogs named Spike.
Spike, yeah. The Tom and Jerry dog was named Spike.
That's true.
Yeah. This isn't much of a spoiler because it's just a name. There's a future character in the show named Tara.
Yeah.
We also had a Tara cat.
Because of Buffy?
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Willow
was
and Tara.
Willow
because
and
of Buffy.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were both very sweet.
Oh.
But my friend Marjorie in Vegas, you met her.
Yeah.
She has a dog named Buffy.
Okay.
After Buffy.
All right. I'm going to name mine Kendry and Buffa.
I love it. All right. Any other thoughts on dogs?
No.
No.
Except for they're great.
They are great. I love dogs. All right, so we get into phases.
Let's do it. Phases.
One quick question.
Yes.
So this episode aired January 27th, 1998.
Yes.
What were you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Like at a high level.
I don't know. I was working.
Okay. You were done with college by that point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was done with college. I was a few years into working full time.
Okay. Just curious.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, 98.
8.
That would have been the second half of my sophomore year.
Okay.
Rough time. I kind of touched on it because this is when I found Buffy. I know I talked about this before, and it helped me get through that tough time. But
Okay.
This was the beginning of the tough time.
Okay.
Yeah. But It's fine. I
Okay.
can look back now and fondly remember.
Okay, good.
So we start out in the hallway of the school.
Okay. Nothing so far this season. We've had some highs, we've had some lows.
Mm-hmm.
I think this moment made me feel so happy to be watching this show.
Ah.
And everything was made worth it for this one moment.
I knew
with
it.
Oz looking at the trophy and seeing Amy's mom's eyes.
Willow walks up
That
and
was the best.
he's like, "Its eyes follow you wherever you go."
So good.
Yeah,
So
that was
good. I love it.
That was a good one.
Yes.
I liked Willow's hat. I know I've commented on beanies in the past.
I don't even remember her hat.
It was
I didn't even notice.
It was a red beanie, like a
I
maroon.
noticed overalls again.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're having a little awkwardness. It's very cute.
Yeah.
And then Larry the bully is back.
Freaking Larry.
Oh, Larry.
Knocks the books out of this
What
girl's.
a jerk.
Yeah. And then she bends over to pick him up. Oh, thank you, Thigh Master.
Gross.
That was the Suzanne Summers thing, right?
Yes.
My sister had that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I tried it a few times. It was hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think my mom had one and I tried it, yes. And you can also do it in your arms, too.
Yes. Yep.
I was just doing the motion for Sean. You can't see it, but yeah. So let's see. Willow, and then Willow's talking to Buffy. They're walking, and Willow is ready to get down with Oz. She says she wants smoochies.
Mm-hmm. Did you happen to notice the little foreshadowing line?
Yes, I did.
I think it's nice he's not being an animal.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that was good.
Yes.
And there's a reference to Cordelia. Something about Xander and Cordelia, and Willow says 1-800 I'm dating a skanky hoe.
Yes, that was funny.
And then we switch to them, Xander and
Yes.
Cordelia.
They're in a car this time. They're not in a closet.
Yeah. At Makeout Point is what I called it in my notes. I've referenced it a lot.
I don't know what I called it. Yeah. Lover's Lane.
Yeah.
Makeout Point.
Yeah.
And then there's an awful wolf puppet watching them from the trees.
Yes.
Horrible. It was like a Croft puppet or something. It was so bad.
Was it worse than the hyenas?
Yeah, I think it was worse than the hyenas. It was bad. And then we have the opening credits.
Before that. And this was just like a little thing I noticed. Because Xander is clearly not paying attention. He's like, wants to talk about Willow.
Yeah.
But Cordelia says, we're in my daddy's car. But it's her red car with the Queen C license plate.
But he probably owns it.
Okay, I get it. All right.
She
That's fair.
should have money to buy a car.
Yeah. Bad wolf.
Horrible.
Yeah, and I don't mean like in a good bad wolf way, like from Doctor Who.
Not a Doctor Who way.
No, it was just bad.
Okay.
Credits. Then back to Xander and Cordelia.
Yes. Xander hears something. Russell. And then, even worse, man in a costume. Obvious man in a costume. Like a Party City costume.
Yes. Spirit of Halloween.
Oh, yes, maybe.
Yeah, coming through the...
Wish.
The,
It was a Wish Wolfman costume.
it was from the TikTok shop.
Yes.
Coming through the convertible top.
The ads on TikTok, the women wearing the wolf costume. I feel so pretty.
And they drive off, right? And he...
Yes, it rips a hole in the convertible top and they drive away.
Yeah.
They send it flying and then they drive away.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody's looking at it. And then Giles just happened to have the paper. This is, there have been a lot of attacks. It's in the paper. But not on people. Nobody injured, just animal carcasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Giles is very excited about this werewolf.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go research.
Mm-hmm.
He's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong.
And then gym class.
It's not gym class. It's a self-defense class.
Okay. I just thought it was.
Yeah.
But you're right.
But there's only like 20 people from the whole school. They're only going to teach these 20 people. And that lady is like so stereotypical PE teacher.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's like, you got to know the self-defense, especially with the full moon.
People are crazy around full moon.
All right. Okay.
I worked in a hospital. Things were always weird.
They are, but you know.
I know.
You don't just start the self-defense class in the middle of the school year because there's a full moon.
It is Sunnydale.
For 20 select people.
They were the ones that they knew could make it.
They were the ones that she read the names off of. Buffy Summers? Let's go.
Wrong red-haired character. All right, something that I thought was cute. So Oz is sitting behind Willow.
Yeah.
And what I thought happened was he poked her and said tag. But then we find out later in the episode he actually tucked her tag back in of his shirt.
Oh, he was saying there's tag.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just thought he was being cute.
She mentioned it later. You tucked my tag in. I was like, I totally missed. What is she talking about? Okay, I missed that.
And then, so I think this is better than last 2 episodes ago we talked about pick a partner.
Yes.
And the anxiety that causes.
Yes.
This time it was get into your assigned groups.
Yes, I like
so,
that.
So they're assigned.
I like that.
Yeah, much better.
Yes. And then, and Larry's like to Teresa, being all creepy on Teresa. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, you're in my group.
And then Buffy shows up.
Like,
I am too.
A few of us, yeah. And we find out Larry got bit by a huge dog.
Yeah, got a big bandage.
39 stitches.
That's... Have you ever had stitches?
That's a lot of stitches, yes.
Like, not like surgery-wise, but you've had stitches?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I stepped on a nail when I was a little kid.
Oh.
Get stitches in my foot.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. That reminds you of that... Oh, you haven't seen A Quiet Place.
No.
There's... Are you ever going to watch it?
Not,
okay. There's a scene where Emily Blunt is walking down basement stairs and she's barefoot. Ooh. And there's like a 4-inch long nail and she steps right on it.
Oh, does it go through the top of her foot?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she has to be quiet.
Uh-huh.
Oh. So, a little small tangent. So last night we watched Hereditary. Because I had just watched Midsummer and Sean says, oh, well, now you got to watch Hereditary. It's made by the same person or directed by the same person.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. It's an A24.
Yeah, I agree. Not the best. The scene after the party, though.
Yeah, that's what Sean's like. Text me after you watch the scene for the party. You'll know what I'm talking about.
And you didn't text me.
I did. I texted everybody. I said WTF.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie in general.
No.
Oh, okay. So, back to the self-defense class.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Right.
That was a good tangent.
All right.
Buffy is the victim and Larry is the assailant.
Yes, and her friends are all telling her, take it easy. Don't.
Be a meek little girl.
Yes, you've got to be meek.
And she tries to flip. She and then he grabs her ass, and it's so gross.
Yes, he is gross.
And then she flipped him.
Yeah,
and it was amazing.
Yes,
another favorite scene from season 2. And then we go back to the library.
Yes, Giles giving a little in-service to them about the full moon.
Mm-hmm. He's got a globe.
Yes, and we find out the werewolves are not just active for the one full moon night. They are active for 3 nights a month. Mm-hmm. The night before, the full moon, and the night after.
That was a nice plot device.
Yes, I've never heard that before. That is Buffy specific. But okay.
They needed 3 separate days to move the story along.
Yeah, sure, okay. What's that called? A MacGuffin?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a while.
And the wolf person is completely unaware of their situation.
Mm-hmm. So we can't kill him.
You can't kill him, so we got to bring this back. No silver bullets allowed.
And the moon led to the invention of the moon pie.
Yes. Charles gets a big chuckle out of that.
He did. He really liked it.
Moon pie.
Are you a moon pie fan?
No. That weird marshmallow. It's the same marshmallows in Malamars.
Yeah.
I love marshmallows, but that's weird. And those weird marshmallow... candy-coated marshmallow eggs that you get at Easter, the same kind of marshmallow. And Peeps. All that same weird marshmallow
Peeps
texture.
Are so gross.
They are, with the sugar that grinds between your teeth.
Yeah, it's a texture thing. And then we go back to Makeout Point, Lover's Lane.
Makeout Point, that's what I wrote here, Makeout Point.
Giles wants to knock on windows.
He doesn't get it.
Was there a Makeout Point where you grew up? I mean, I know Florida is flat, so it wasn't really a point.
There was a big hill. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why there was a hill there. It was big, though. And we would climb up to the top of the hill and sit and make out up there. Okay. There was nobody else up there. It was usually just, me, and this boy I was dating. But, yeah, it was a hill. And we went up there to make out.
All right.
Buffy gets caught up in a net trap.
Yes.
Straight out of a cartoon. And this guy pops out and has a gun. They're in like a forest.
It's woodsy.
Okay.
It's like right where the woods end.
Right. Can you imagine that? Like, it's not like when you're driving down the turnpike and there's the woods that are right there. Some guy setting up his net trap
Net.
right there in the median.
And he's a jerk.
His name is Kane.
Yep.
I wrote, he looks like an extra from Chips or Charlie's Angels. That haircut is
Yes.
very 80s bad guy.
Yes.
Random bad guy. He's hunting werewolves. He's got a wolf tooth necklace.
Ugh. And he says something. I think this may be the worst line that I've heard so far.
Oh, what?
It's good to get the fruit while it's fresh. To Giles, referring to Buffy.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, nasty.
Gross.
Yeah.
He does also say that the werewolf pelts fetch a pretty penny in Sri Lanka. Didn't we have something else about Sri Lanka?
I don't think
It might
so.
have been a trivia question.
I think it was a
that
trivia
we were very
question.
excited about Sri Lanka. Yeah, so yeah, he's gross. There's a lot of gross guys in this episode.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
The random girl.
Not random, it's Teresa.
But we don't know that yet, do we?
Yeah, we know that. It's Teresa from the gym
Oh,
class.
that's right. Yeah,
From
I'm sorry.
self-defense
I'm
class.
sorry. Okay.
Sean, don't feel bad. I wrote down miscellaneous girl too until she died, and they were like Teresa, and I was like, oh, it's Teresa.
All right, Teresa.
Just like 3 episodes later, I'm like, oh, it's Jonathan.
Teresa's walking down the street, and there's Angel.
She hears Russell, 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 Russell. Yeah, and then Angel is in front of her.
I'm a friend of Buffy's.
Your mom sent me to pick you up. I got puppies in the van.
Oh no!
Okay.
She just follows him,
Okay.
and then we go to the bronze.
Yes, and there's a band playing called Lotion,
Yes.
a total 90s band.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
There's even a poster on the wall later that you can see Lotion.
They're not together anymore.
No.
No.
So I always watch with the closed captioning on.
Mm-hmm. Did they say generic 90s music playing?
No, it had the lyrics. So what the closed captioning said was, then sweep this town into a monster truck of shame. The actual lyric is, and then sweep Fishtail into a monster truck of shame. Sweep this town into a monster truck of shame. This whole freaking town of Sunnydale needs to be swept up into a monster truck
Of shame.
of shame. Carved out of soap and steel and clay and salty fame. You were the first to look away and against me. Well, shake the squirrel out of your tree. Doesn't that sound like a southern thing? Like, bless your heart.
Yeah,
Shake the squirrel out of your tree, darling.
Yes. Like, get yourself together.
Yeah.
We get Cordelia and Willow on the couch of the
What
bronze.
the heck is going on?
Well, I mean, you had to admit,
So she's fully in the group now. And now she and Willow are bonding and being girlfriends and stuff.
well, because guys suck.
I guess that is always an eternal bond amongst women.
I'm sure.
It can overcome any adversary. I would say adversary.
Because they're both bitching. Cordelia's
They
bitching
are.
about Xander. Willow's bitching about Oz.
Yep.
Did you catch the? I think Cordelia said, "Xander, do I smell something?" Look.
No.
It reminded me of Joey and the smell the fart acting from Friends.
Yeah, that's good.
And Willow's bitching about Oz.
A little bit.
She's looking for some action.
She wants the kissage.
Yeah.
She wants the smoochies.
Mm-hmm. Werewolf.
Werewolf attack!
Everybody runs out.
Yep.
Instead of Alice in chains, we get Buffy and chains.
Yeah. So, Buffy arrives, and she runs into the club, and the door slams behind her, so she's all alone in the club, which is brightly lit, and there's cups and stuff on the floor, but it's very clean. Charles Roach-infested nightclub.
Maybe. Well, yeah. I mean, this is a new season. Maybe they just had fumigation. Night
Maybe they
the week
did.
before.
Maybe they did. Yep. And she confronts the werewolf with a chain. The wolf goes through the glass window because we gotta have somebody going through. Their plate glass budget is high this season.
Yes.
They scored
They're getting
a
the
truckload
sponsors.
of plate glass on discount this season. And the wolf gets away. And then Kane is there giving Buffy a hard time about letting the wolf get away.
Mm-hmm.
And Giles says, after Kane leaves, he goes, pillock.
What does that mean?
I looked it up.
Okay.
It's British slang for a stupid or silly person. Pillock.
I'm glad that they took the time to actually do that.
Use it in your conversation tomorrow.
And,
I'm sure you can.
oh,
In this world.
absolutely. And then the werewolf's down, in the street, down an alley.
Yeah.
Sees dead Teresa.
Sees a blood trail
Yeah, you're right.
that leads to dead Teresa. And Angel.
Yep. He's vamped out.
Douchey Angel.
Mm-hmm. Lots of growling.
Yes.
It was kind of silly.
It was. And then Angel backs off into the dark.
I think this scene is maybe like the first where we really get a full-on of the werewolf costume for a few seconds.
And it's bad.
It is pretty bad.
It's bad.
I did, in the trivia, it says... spoiler. There's more werewolves in the future on this show. Okay. That in the future they use prosthetics. This is the only time they didn't go to Spirit Halloween after Halloween.
They're like, the werewolf costume was on sale. They're like, you know what this town needs? A werewolf.
A werewolf.
Let's try this out and see how it goes.
Back to Makeout Point.
Yes.
Giles is snoozing in the car.
Yes.
Buffy freaks out for a second. She thinks he's gone.
Yeah. And she gets in the car, and then very coincidentally, at 11 p.m., there's a news report, a very pertinent and specific news report that comes across the radio.
And we hear Teresa's dead.
Teresa's dead. That's when I went, oh, it was Teresa on the sidewalk. Cut, paste.
What do we do before Control X and Control V?
I'm telling you.
And then we go to the forest again,
yes,
as you mentioned.
Morning in the forest.
We see the werewolf.
It's morning on the side of the interstate. 10 feet away from the interstate, and we find out that that we see the wolf transformation.
Yes. It wasn't the worst.
It was not the worst. And the wolf transforms into Oz.
Yeah, a naked Seth Green.
Yes. Well, yeah, we think he's naked, but there's a strategically placed log in the forefront of the shot. Because this was WB, or CW, or whatever it was.
WB back then, yep. In a typical Oz fashion, he just kind of looks around and goes, huh.
He's so level-headed.
He's
so even-keeled. So then I wrote, is this the first time he's become a werewolf? What triggered this all of a sudden? I mean, he's a senior in high school. He's 18, so is it turning 18? We don't know. Then he's at home and he calls someone named Maureen.
Aunt Maureen.
Oh, that's Aunt Maureen?
Yep.
And says if Geordie is also a werewolf.
And she confirms.
Is Geordie his cousin?
Well, because I don't know if you caught it.
No.
But earlier when Larry was talking about his dog bite, Oz said, oh, my cousin Geordie bit me. Oh. So that was the bite.
Yes, but it did need stitches. Yes, yep. Okay. All right, is Geordie a werewolf? Okay, so that's why, yes, this is the first time he's becoming a werewolf because he just got bit. Okay. And so, yes, and he takes that very well. Oh, all right, so I guess we're doing this now. Okay.
It's kind of hilarious. Yeah. Is Geordie a werewolf? Huh, okay.
I guess I'll go to school now.
And he goes to the library.
Yeah, where you always go. That's where everybody goes when they're having any kind of crisis. Go to the library.
And everybody else is talking about how they think the werewolf got Teresa, not realizing it was Angel. Right. And he's freaking out because he just realized he's a werewolf.
It could have been him.
And then Xander starts talking about recalling the time as a hyena.
I'm practically an expert on the subject. And Willow says, on account of once you were a hyena?
Just with that inflection?
No.
And then Buffy, like, you said you didn't remember anything about that.
Yeah, that's right.
Because there were some scenes between the two of them.
What about the other stuff? What about when you were a soldier? You remember that? I know what it's like to crave the taste of freshly killed meat.
Same.
Yeah.
And then Xander, while standing right in front of Oz, is like, oh, it's right in front of us who the werewolf is. Oz is freaking out. And Xander thinks it's Larry because of the dog
Yes,
bite.
Larry is the suspect, yes.
Yeah.
And Xander's going to force the confession.
Mm-hmm. Willow...
Even though, how can you force a confession? Because we've already established that the werewolves don't realize that they're werewolves while they're werewolves.
That was a lot of werewolves in one sentence.
They have no idea, right?
No, you're right.
Don't know. I guess, though, no, how does he know? How does he know?
Unless he just wakes up in the woods naked like Oz.
But, it could have been just a rager.
I could say with Larry. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Willow's going to check the student files to see if anyone else fits the profile.
The permanent files.
What profile? That it's a violent kid?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those.
Shows up naked in weird places.
Guilty.
You would be on the suspect list.
She wants Oz to help her out with this research. But
yes.
He runs off.
Yeah, he can't. He's busy.
Mm-hmm.
And Buffy overhears it.
And then we're off to the boys' locker room.
The locker room.
Which I don't think...
At least it's lit.
It is lit, yes.
Right?
I don't think we've been to the boys' locker room since Invisible Girl in season 1.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
All right. Wow.
When she had the bat.
Oh, yeah. So Xander confronts Larry. Larry does not take it. But, well, lots of back and forth. I thought this is reminding me. This is obviously a miscommunication. And it's reminding me of the Three's Company episode. There are 2 different conversations.
And then Larry...
The big gay bomb drops.
Larry comes out.
Larry is gay.
There's a scene in Glee, which
Of course there is.
was probably about 15 years into this episode, about a guy is confronting another guy about something completely unrelated, and then the guy grabs him and kisses him.
Is that Finn? Does that happen to Finn?
No, it doesn't happen to Finn. It happens to Kurt, but like the guy who kisses is another big...
he's a bully.
Yes, big bully guy.
I don't know why I know that. That must be the only episode of Glee I ever saw. Yes.
But, I mean, it's kind of comical, the Buffy scene. Because then Xander starts... I mean, I wouldn't say he's freaking out completely, but he's a little, surprised.
He's taken aback.
Yeah.
Not what he expected, for sure.
I'm guessing he didn't see that coming.
That he's gay?
Yeah.
No, I don't know that I gave it much thought.
Okay. And then Larry thinks that Xander is also gay.
Yes. He'll keep it secret.
Your secret's safe with me.
Bruh.
Then we go to the library, and Buffy asks, "What's the scuttlebutt?"
Yes.
Have you ever heard that before?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
The only
A
time...
little older than you, I guess.
Yeah, the only time I've ever heard that is in the live-action Little Mermaid movie. There was an additional song about scuttlebutt, and I just thought it was made up for that movie.
Yeah.
So I learned something today.
So we're in the library, and Willow and Buffy are talking about Oz, and he's hot and cold, and poor Willow. And Buffy says she needs to make the move. She needs to make the first move. This is 1996, Willow.
98.
This is 1998, Willow.
And then Xander and Buffy go off to a funeral home.
Yes, where the casket is just there, and it's open.
And they
didn't bother to fix the giant tear in her neck.
She was wearing a scarf.
They made her up. They just threw a scarf her. That was the discount and funeral plan is what that was. I'm right now rewatching 6 Feet Under, which is an amazing show you should go watch. Have you ever seen that show?
I haven't.
It's so good, Sean. And boy, the lights they go through, I can't imagine those Fisher boys on that show not kind of doing a better job on that. Yes,
it's got to be some kind of fill-in.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's clear that she was...
Obviously, she was mauled by a vampire.
Not a werewolf.
Not a werewolf. But what is up with that? They go to the funeral home, they just leaving her casket out there for a week, or what?
Well, okay,
there's nobody else there.
I mean, I honestly don't know. But when my mom died, there was a morning wake and an afternoon wake. Maybe they do just leave the casket in the room open. Why move it if people are gonna come back in 4 hours?
They would leave it open? You think they would just leave it open?
Somebody's lazy. Forgot to close it.
This is Sunnydale funeral home.
It's possible.
Do you think that scarf that she's wearing is one that Buffy has worn in a previous episode? You think it's a Buffy scarf?
I can see it happening. Save a little bit on wardrobe costs.
Their scarf budget is not that high.
Scarf budget. Line item on there. $2,000 scarves.
$2,000? There's no way they spend $2,000 on scarves. I was going to say $100 scarves.
$12.
Go to Walmart. $12, yeah.
It's just napkins they stole from restaurants.
Store, yeah. All right, so yes, so then we find out Teresa was attacked by a vampire, and while they're talking about this, she gets up from the casket and attacks them.
While Buffy was signing the book.
Yes, that's right. She had a lot of friends.
Yeah, because they're just talking, and Teresa's the vampire.
Angel sends his love, and Xander stakes her with an easel. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even break the leg off the easel. He just picks up the whole easel.
He did not mess around.
I'm going to start looking at easels when I'm doing presentations to see if they're that sharp on the bottom. I don't think they're that pointy, but okay.
That scene of Xander staking, that'll be in the credits in the future.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, with the easel.
With
it's
the
taking
easel.
the place of
Yes.
Power Lift Moon?
Yes.
All right. There's a quick moment between Xander and Buffy where you think they might kiss.
Yeah, that was
weird. And then I said, and Xander's such a jerk.
I didn't remember that happening in this episode. What was the point of that? I think it was just his...
Well, he has feelings for Buffy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, you're with Cordelia. Jerk. He would have kissed her. If she would have kissed him, he would have kissed her back.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
like, what a jerk.
Yeah.
Dumb guy move.
Freaking Xander.
Someone. All right. So then there's a van in the woods by the interstate. This one looks like maybe it's 20 feet in, not 10 feet in.
All right.
There's woods all around. And at first I thought it was Oz's van, but no, it's Kane's van. And he's got the open flame and the Bunsen burner going inside his van.
Little science lab.
Little science lab in the van.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not proper ventilation.
No.
And then he's melting down a silver bullet, right? Mm-hmm. That's what he's doing.
Yep.
And then I said, can't you just buy those?
Probably.
Etsy.
Yeah.
Was Etsy around in 1998?
No. eBay.
Right.
eBay was
All
around.
Right. And also, he pours the molten metal into the mold.
Yes.
It sets in about 4 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then he just takes it out with his bare hand and handles it.
Yeah, yeah. Suspend your disbelief. I haven't said that in at least 2 episodes.
All right. He's a tough guy.
And then Oz's house.
Oz is going to cuff himself. He's got this box of old pirate manacles.
He stole them off of Pirates of the Caribbean.
He went to the museum, where you get your ink and tablets and stuff. You just walk in the museum and take replica stuff and take your stuff. So you just went there and got the manacles and old locks and stuff and chains off an exhibit. Probably going to fall apart. They're probably so deteriorated. But that's his plan.
But what do you think he was even going to chain himself to?
Well, that's a good question.
Because, if he just puts the chains on...
The dining room chair.
That's not going to hold up.
All right, well, yeah, okay.
And then...
It wasn't a great plan.
Then Willow. Freaking
Willow is there, and she is being assertive.
Mm-hmm. She got soliloquy.
She is assertive.
Mm-hmm.
She has a little speech. And then he's like, no, please. Rightfully so.
Yeah, something's going on.
But she doesn't leave. He goes behind the couch and starts changing. And I will admit, I thought the effect was pretty good of him changing into the werewolf.
Yes.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yes.
And she sees it. And now we all know what's going on.
And she screams.
She screams and she leaves and runs down the sidewalk. And he's chasing her. And Kane is also out there.
Mm-hmm. He hears the howling.
Yep.
She's climbing a fence.
Yeah, she does a good job shimmying up that fence.
I'm
like, why can't that wolf just pole vault that fence?
I'm not good at climbing fences.
No?
No. Did I ever tell you what happened when I was climbing the fence here to my neighbor?
Yes.
We were at
we love a tangent.
We were at a little get-together at my neighbor who lives behind us. And I had imbibed a little and was going back home, climbed over...
Instead of walking around.
No, yes. Instead of taking the 2-minute walk around the block, I just climbed my fence.
Yeah.
But as I was going over it, I really scraped my calf badly, scraped the skin off. And then, stupid me, as I'm laying on the couch, let one of the dogs just lick it for 5 minutes. And then I had a really nasty infected wound on my leg. Yes.
I remember. It looked really bad.
Yes, it did.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. So that was the last time I climbed a fence.
Oh, my gosh.
But,
you're not 35 anymore.
Fair. And Willow does get over the fence, though.
Yes, she does. Library. Giles is prepping his phenobarbital gun.
Mm-hmm.
We all have a little cache of phenobarbital at the ready.
I had to look it up because I remember that was one of the drugs we would test levels on for patients when I worked in the lab. But I'm like, this because I know it's used with prevent seizures.
Yeah.
But I'm like, does it really have a sedative effect? But it does. It's a barbiturate.
It's scheduled.
It is. Yeah. But he's loading up that gun.
He keeps it in the cage.
Yeah.
Locked up in the cage. Although the cage is more often than not locked.
That's
unlocked. Is the other way to say that. Okay, and then Buffy's got on a weird plastic coat in this episode. In this scene anyway. I'm like, it looks form-fitting enough that I thought there's no way she's got a shirt on under that. But then it was unbuttoned down to below her bra line. So it was obviously a coat.
I didn't even notice it.
You didn't notice it? Okay.
No. We focus on different things.
I guess so. So now we're back to the woods. Willow is running through the woods away from Oz. He smells something and goes the other way. And what he smells is the trap that's being laid for him, right?
By Cain.
By Cain.
Yep.
Yeah. Buffy, as always, arrives in the nick of time. And, there's a battle or whatever. And Willow hits him with the trank gun.
Yeah. He goes down. Then Wolf Killer skips down.
But first, Buffy bends his gun to show him that she means business. You better stay away, jerko.
I think that's the first time we've ever seen her demonstrate
her strength.
Her strength like that.
Her intermittent strength. Okay. She kicks him out of town. Okay, so the next day at school, a funny scene between Larry and Xander, where Larry's all grateful to Xander.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, bud. Oh, at first some girl gets tripped up with her books, or some dude knocked him out, and he's like, "Oh, let me help you." Yeah. So now he's a completely different guy. Now that he's come out, this is what happened to my uncle.
Really?
My uncle, when I was growing up, was always angry. That's what I remember as a little kid. He was always angry. He was married, had 3 kids, and then when I was in middle school, he realized he was gay. And I saw him when I went to California for college, and I showed up at his house, and he was so happy and relaxed, and that was it. He, wasn't being true to himself, and I'm so glad that I got to know him that way. Yeah, as himself. Yeah, I know. So yeah, Larry.
Yeah.
It's coming around.
Yeah. He's talking to Xander. He slips him the tongue.
No, he does. That's a different episode. That's a season 4.
That's Buffet the Vampire Lair.
That's right.
Second time in this podcast.
Slayer.
Second time I've used that reference in this podcast. And then outside, Willow and Buffy are talking.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. He just needs to lock himself up once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Why not?
He's breezy.
Yeah, it's Oz.
And he says, "I'm sorry, I almost ate you." And she's like, "Yeah, we'll make it work. It's okay."
3 days out of the month, I'm not much fun to be around either.
That's right.
Like, come on. You didn't have to include that in there. But then they have...
period joke.
And then they have smooches.
Then they finally have smooches.
And then...
But here's my thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, so the reason I was being weird with you is because I just found out I'm a werewolf. But he was being weird with her way before learning he was a werewolf.
Yeah?
At the beginning of this episode.
Oh, I just thought he was being Oz.
Well, I know. He was being hot and cold at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
All right.
He's a complex individual.
I guess so. All right. And then Oz says, maybe I should just stay out of your way for a while. And Willow says, I like you being in my way. You're nice. What do you say? You're nice. You're funny. You don't smoke.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
And they had their first kiss.
Yeah.
Werewolves in love.
Yeah, that was... I really enjoyed this episode, but I thought it was weird how they ended it with the camera just on him, and he's not looking right in the camera, but he is looking for... He's like, a werewolf in love. It was just...
He's looking off into the future.
Yeah. I really like Oz as a character. I really do.
Guy.
And that's how it ends.
That's it.
Yeah.
A werewolf and we end on a high note.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Steaks?
I'm going to say 2 3/4. I like this one. I've seen it many times. But it doesn't wow me every time. I like it.
All right. I'll be twinsies with you. 2 3/4. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Favorite line?
Favorite line? That's a good question. It's good to get the fruit while it's fresh. Nope, that's not it.
Can I just say, so we record, Sean and I record, and Sean's husband is here, but he goes in another room. And tonight we're recording on a different night. It happens to be Friday night. And so we were like, oh, well, let's just all come over, and Sean and I will record, and the husbands will go sit on the patio and be quiet and have a drink with all the dogs. That is not at all how this has gone tonight.
No.
I think this is a first and last.
The dogs have been in and out.
Right now, they're both making funny faces at us through the patio sliding glass doors.
Yeah, there's butt cheeks on the sliding glass door. It's not good.
Just anyway, all right. So, favorite line.
Favorite line. I think, you know what? I'm gonna make it short. It's just Oz when he wakes up in the wood and just goes, "Huh."
I like the on account of once you were a hyena. On account of once you were a hyena.
That's a
The
good
grammar
one.
of that sentence made me giggle.
I think this may have been when I started watching it,
Yeah.
like real time. I think this was one of the very first ones that I saw. Because I watched the Invisible Girl episode in season 1, but I didn't watch it after that for a while.
Yeah.
And I think this may have been.
This was like your real.
That's the one that drew me in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Sean,
Yes.
what else we got to say?
We can say something about our diorama contest.
The diorama contest,
Running out of time.
best contest in the world.
The clock is ticking.
So this is a contest for you guys. If you want to make a shoebox diorama, and it's got to be a scene from Barbie.
Wow.
Wow. From Buffy seasons 1 or 2. No spoilers, please. Just take a picture of your diorama and send it to us, the sunnydalediaries@gmail.com, by May 31st. And we will judge the entries. And we have some good prizes that we will post photos of to motivate you. Although you should be motivated just for the glory of it all.
How many times do you get to make a diorama in your life?
In your adult life?
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
So we will judge and have a winner by the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you should do it.
Absolutely.
I think we should do it too.
Yeah. You know what else we should do?
Tell me.
We should tell them about the socials.
The socials, we are the Sunnydale Diaries, pretty much everywhere except for X.
Good way to sum it up.
Thank you. If you want to leave us some feedback or correspond with us, feel free to do so. You can email us at thesunnydalediaries@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to suggest a topic of conversation or you want to know something about me, Sean, our dogs, or our crazy husbands, drop us a line.
Absolutely.
If you want to reach us on the web, we are thesunnydalediaries.com. Mm-hmm. There's also a link there to get onto our Discord server.
Yes.
Sean and I both checked that. We're both on there. And I think that's it. Did I get it all?
Yeah, you got everything.
I feel like I'm rambling.
No. It's just fast.
Okay.
Just fast.
All right.
So next
I'm like
episode.
the Micro Machines guy.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Wow. You're bringing me back to like middle school
the
time.
Micro Machines.
Next episode, Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered.
That's a song.
It is.
Okay. I'm going to sing it.
Oh.
I'll sing it next episode. Reason to come. There you go.
See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.